7. Animation goofs in Peppa Pig that shouldn't exist. 1. New shoes. Ever notice that moment in Peppa Pig when everything seems perfectly normal until it suddenly isn't? In Season 1, Episode 19, titled New Shoes, Mummy Pig is all smiles, showing off Peppa's brand new snazzy red shoes. I mean, who wouldn't be excited about a fresh pair of kicks? But while everyone's busy admiring those stylish shoes, something hilariously odd goes down in George's room. Right there, tucked into George's bed, like a loyal companion, is Mr. Dinosaur, George's favorite toy. One minute, he's chilling in the bed, and the very next minute, he's nowhere to be seen. It's as if Mr. Dinosaur decided he needed a quick escape from the family chaos, or perhaps a secret adventure of his own. Imagine if your favorite stuffed animal just pulled a disappearing act. Confusing, right? Then, as if nothing ever happened, Mr. Dinosaur reappears without warning. No dramatic entrance, no explanation, just a casual hello again. It's like he was off on a mini vacation and forgot to tell anyone. This quirky continuity error might seem trivial, but it's exactly these unexpected slip-ups that give Peppa Pig its quirky, lovable charm. It's as if the animators wink at us saying, "Whoops, guess Mr. Dinosaur needed some alone time." So next time you watch New Shoes, keep an eye on that sneaky dino. 2nd, playgroup star. Ever have one of those moments where you're sure you saw something, but then it just changes? That's exactly what happens in Season 5, Episode 42 of Peppa Pig, known as Playgroup Star. In this episode, Peppa's buzzing with excitement about her parents earning a playgroup star, and she even makes a drawing to celebrate the achievement. But here's where things get weird. In the very first shot, her drawing proudly displays a crisp, clean, white background. Now, if you're anything like me, you'd expect that background to stay as reliable as your favorite pair of sneakers. Instead, just moments later, it inexplicably shifts to a bright blue. It's as if the drawing got a sudden case of the mood swings, or decided to redecorate on the fly. One minute, everything is neat and white. The next, it's like someone flicked a switch and turned on a blue filter. This continuity error might seem minor, just a color change, right? But in the wacky world of Peppa Pig, even the tiniest details can throw us for a loop. It's like watching a magic trick where the magician forgets to mention the secret. Ta-da! Now it's blue! The shift is so abrupt and unexplained that you can't help but wonder if Peppa's drawing had a secret life of its own, or if the animators were simply playing a little prank on us viewers. 3. The balloon ride. Alright, let's talk about one of Peppa Pig's most hilariously inaccurate moments, where the show decides that basic astronomy just doesn't exist. In Season 2, Episode 21, The Balloon Ride, Peppa and her family embark on what should be a fun, scenic adventure in a hot air balloon. Everything seems fine at first. Miss Rabbit is at the controls, the family is enjoying the view, and Peppa is being, well, Peppa. But then something happens that makes science cry. Look up at the sky, and there it is, both the sun and the moon happily hanging out together. Now that part is fine. We've all seen the moon in daylight before, nothing weird there. But then take a closer look at the moon's shading, and boom, science takes a nosedive. The illuminated part of the moon is facing the wrong direction relative to the sun. Yes, you heard that right. The light source, the sun, is doing its job, but somehow the moon decides to reflect light in a way that defies all known laws of physics. This is the kind of mistake that makes astronomy teachers everywhere facepalm. It's as if the animators thought, no one's gonna notice, but oh, we did. Maybe the Peppa Pig universe operates on its own set of rules, where gravitational forces and light reflections are optional, or perhaps Miss Rabbit's balloon ride has taken them into an alternate reality where the moon just does whatever it wants. Either way, this mistake is both ridiculous and hilarious. So next time you're watching the balloon ride, take a moment to appreciate Peppa and her family casually floating through a scientifically impossible sky. Who needs realism when you have talking pigs and a moon that does its own thing? 4. Mr. Dinosaur is lost. Alright, gather round for a tale of audio absurdity from the world of Peppa Pig. In Season 1, Episode 2, Mr. Dinosaur is lost. Just when the family finally finds Mr. Dinosaur, after a frantic search, something downright bizarre happens. Instead of a triumphant cheer or a relieved giggle, Peppa lets out a snort that, oddly enough, sounds exactly like Daddy Pig's signature honk. Yes, you read that right. Peppa's little snort mimics Daddy Pig's distinctive sound. sound, and it's as if she's auditioning to be a carbon copy of her dad. Imagine the scene, the family's relieved expressions, a sense of accomplishment in the air, and then, bam, Peppa's snort cuts through the moment like an off-key note in a perfectly pitched melody. It's almost as if the audio engineers mixed up the sound bites and accidentally gave Peppa a dose of Daddy Pig's audio signature. The effect is hilariously jarring. Instead of that adorable, high-pitched giggle we expect from Peppa, we get a snort that echoes Daddy Pig's deeper, more comical tone. This little audio mishap is a perfect example of the kind of production quirks that make Peppa Pig so endearingly imperfect. It's as if the universe decided that even in a heartfelt reunion with a lost toy, a bit of silliness was required, maybe to remind us that even when things go right, there's always room for a laugh. Who wouldn't giggle at the thought of Peppa suddenly sounding like her dad? It's a moment that might leave you chuckling and questioning if the characters have secretly swapped voices. 5. Rebecca Rabbit. Ever have one of those moments where something you swear you saw just isn't there anymore? In Season 2, Episode 35 of Peppa Pig, titled Rebecca Rabbit, we get treated to a classic continuity caper involving none other than, yes, you guessed it, a carrot. Picture this. Mr. Rabbit enthusiastically declares, "Rabbits love carrots," and as if to back up his claim, Peppa's plate is graced with 3 crisp, cartoon-perfect carrots. Everything's neat and tidy, and you can practically taste the crunch. But hold on, just a few seconds later, when George eagerly reaches over for his share, one of those carrots mysteriously vanishes into thin air. It's as if that third carrot decided to pull a disappearing act, leaving us all to wonder if it was ever really there at all. One minute, there's a trio of carrots lined up like a well-organized snack attack. The next, after George's bite, boom, poof. One carrot is missing, like it got stage fright or sneaked off for a quick snack break on its own. 6. Emily Elephant. Ever have one of those moments where you blink and suddenly someone's just gone? In Season 2, Episode 2 of Peppa Pig, titled Emily Elephant, we're treated to a puzzling continuity error that's as mysterious as it is hilarious. In the opening shot, all the children are gathered with big smiles, eagerly welcoming their new friend, Emily Elephant. And there, standing among them with her usual poised air, is Madame Gazelle, ever the friendly guide of the playgroup. But here's where things get quirky. In the very next scene, just as the conversation is picking up and the children are buzzing with excitement, Madame Gazelle has completely vanished. One minute, she's right there, and the next, it's as if she's pulled off the ultimate disappearing act. Did she slip into a secret portal? Or maybe she got sidetracked by an urgent lesson on elephant etiquette. The show offers no explanation. Just a quick cut and poof, she's gone. This little goof might seem like a minor oversight, but it's the kind of charming mistake that makes Peppa Pig all the more endearing. It's as if the animators decided to add a dash of magic or mischief into the mix, reminding us that even in a meticulously crafted cartoon world, things can go hilariously off script. Imagine Madame Gazelle taking a quick coffee break right in the middle of a busy welcome party. Unexpected, but oddly relatable. If it were a movie set, one might just catch a glimpse of Madame Gazelle peeking back in, as if to say, "Did I miss my cue?" 7. Mr. Dinosaur is lost. In Season 1, Episode 2, Mr. Dinosaur is Lost, there's a scene during a family game that's a masterclass in animation mischief. The family is gathered around, and little Peppa confidently claims Daddy Pig's game pieces as part of the fun. For a moment, everything is perfectly in place. The pieces are there, neat and orderly, like loyal little tokens ready for play. But then, as the tension builds and George runs into the room in a fit of tears because, well, losing your favorite toy can be a big deal, something inexplicable happens. Those game pieces that Peppa had proudly hoisted up, they vanish without a trace. One minute, they're right in front of us. The next, poof, gone. It's as if the pieces decided to take a secret vacation or were spirited away by a mischievous cartoon fairy. This continuity error is the kind of unexpected twist that makes you scratch your head and chuckle at the same time. It's like watching your best friend disappear mid-sentence in a magic show, totally baffling and yet oddly entertaining. Did the animators accidentally erase them, or were the game pieces so overwhelmed by the drama of the moment that they simply couldn't stick around?